welcome once again to another fantastic episode of Minecraft City Building. My name is Dr. Wasabi, and in today's episode we are inside the Walden City Mall. It's a dark day. Well, it's night, obviously. What am I talking about? It is a beautiful, starry night in Walden City, and I did this because we did actually do this building a few episodes ago. For those who remember, I built this and I was going to say I was going to do an event, something like that, where I would have people give me ideas for what to do into the shops. And although that didn't come to pass, I did want there to be some element of viewer participation. So I put a post on my community page. Now that post can always be updated if you do comment in it. There's loads of floors here, so we can always fill it up a bit more. But the main responses I got was some really good ideas about how to fill up this floor of the shopping mall. Now, that granted, we do have a lot of floors, so hey, more interaction, more participation. So the ideas that came to mind, and thank you for everybody who actually responded to the post I made, is greatly appreciated, and things like these happen because of you. So the overall ideas I got from that were to make a grocery store, a pharmacy. Let's go over here. This would be a bookstore. This would be something like pastries. I said Greg's, but I'll make an off-brand version of that. Records, a really nice idea, since as we are in Minecraft, we have literally loads of records to choose from. Let me just go into it. Where is it? Where is it? 1 second, folks. They're here somewhere. Why can't I find them? Where are you? Ah, here we go. Yeah, we have loads of records on here, so that should be good to decorate. What else? We have some bathrooms over here, but I think that is just about it for this floor. Again, I've said this about 3 times, but we will have more chances to fill up the other floors, so don't worry if you missed out in the poll or any posts I might make. So yeah, so what I'm essentially going to do is I'm going to, off camera, put in some lighting, because it's a bit dark for my tastes. Even if it is nighttime, although to be fair, it is turning into daytime. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in some lighting. I'm going to decorate something. No, not something. I'm going to decorate the overall walkway in between the shops, just so it's a bit more refreshed and revamped, because we did do this a while ago, so some of the designs are a bit in my opinion. So yeah, I will see you after the short intermission. And we are back from that brief intermission, folks. So let me show you what I've done. So essentially, as I've said, I put in some lovely lighting on the roof here with some quartz bricks, iron trapdoors, and sea lanterns. It's a very industrial design, I think, which it kind of matches the theme, because when you think about it, the pre-war style of Fallout is based on these pre-war 1950s esque designs. So when these malls were becoming a thing, they would use, and they still use, to be fair, these industrial lighting devices. Well, I say devices, it's a light, it turns on. But yeah, I've also put in these wall dividers for some windows. This is to give the shops a bit more personality when I do actually decorate them in a second. It makes it a bit more self-enclosed, which is a lot better, I think, than just having it just a gaping hole where the shops will be. So yeah, so what essentially I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for each shop. Some of them may be time lapses, some of them may be just me building. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. The first shop which we're going to go through today is the record shop, which is this one over here. Now, I had to break the sign to put in the windows, but in case you're wondering, this is going to be the record shop. So I'm thinking of having something like this, where the overall counter will be here, and maybe there'll be like a table of records they can pick up as well. Maybe some maybe like shelves over here. Now, I'm using the spruce block as more of like a placeholder. I'll go back and properly decorate it to be sure, but this is just to get a general design out here. Now, another thing I have actually done is I've added a back room to each of the shops, and this is for general management. It could be a manager's office, it could be extra storage for products. I'm gonna be a bit creative with them, see what I can do. So there you go. I'm gonna put a little hole in there so the employees can get through. This is going to be a pastries section. So like the record shop, I'm going to put the counter here, And what we're going to have is some tables around here. Like so, because you know, when it comes to food, people want to sit down, people want to eat and drink, and things like that. And a lot of shops, at least from my experience, they do have these kind of in-seat areas where you can sit down and eat the products you bought. Another thing I actually wanted to point out is I've actually put in benches in this place, which I didn't really understand why I didn't do this before. Because if you've ever been in a shopping mall, and believe me, I've had experience with this, you'll have tired legs. You'll be very tired at the end of it because you've been walking all this time, you know, going up and down, seeing what products to buy and whatnot. So yeah, I added in some mangrove slabs and mangrove trapdoors, just to have a neat little bench to sit on. I'll put these around the entire place. So here's some fallout machines, bits and bobs, that kind of thing. So yeah, these are going to be bathrooms. So I'll put these in separately from any time lapse I would do. Now this is what is this? This is going to be books. So essentially, this will be just walls and walls of bookshelves and book item frames, things like that. We'll have the counter here and maybe some tables to put in like books, areas of display, maybe a reading corner over here, something like that. Now, of course, these are all placeholders. I will go over all of these in a time lapse, so don't worry. This was going to be groceries. So again, same thing over here, but maybe we have a fridge over here, some stalls like so. Something like that. We'll get the exact shapes of it later on in the video. Perhaps some shelving over here. Looking good. And finally, we have a pharmacy. This is very straightforward, folks. You just have a few shelves here, a few shelves here, one on the other side as well. And, of course, a counter. Now, this is definitely going to be a place where the products are stored. Because when going to pharmacies, you have a back area where they count and make prescriptions and all that, at least for me. So there you go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into a time lapse. I'm going to decorate all of these places up. If we need to decorate them a bit more, we'll do that in real time. But for now, let's get on with our time lapse.
I can fly
And we are back from our time lapse. Now, let's see what we've been doing, folks. So, the rooms I've been able to fill in so far are the pharmacy and the bookstore. So, let's go in there first. For a lot of these interiors, I want to go with the motto less is more. Because for the size of it, you don't want to fill too much stuff in it because it will just get so cramped. You just won't be able to move. So I'll put in some lovely bookshelves. The good old loom and bookshelf trick, really nice here. It kind of simulates that there's some empty shelves. Perhaps they've been having some really good sales recently, and they've had to restock recently. And I've said that word too many times. So we got a little stall here, some cash register, and of course a storage room in the back. Now, if we go down the corridor, first of all, I've actually put in some carpet lighting. I'm not sure if it's too bright or just a little bit bright. I might change the brightness of the lighting itself by replacing it with lighting blocks, but again, that's something to do off camera. So if we go in the pharmacy, there is this kind of open space and shelves on either side, as I've said in the plan before. So for this, I've kind of placed some more clinical looking blocks, prismarine, dark prismarine, and blocks of iron. I want this to really look like it was a place of medicine, so very kind of sterile colors. Colors you'd find in a hospital, most likely, and of course a stone, or sorry, a polished andesite table where they can take the orders and go back. Here, where they can catalog their prescriptions and get some out of the shelves if they need to. Let's say it's under the counter prescription and you need to get it from the back of the storage of the pharmacy itself. Okay, so what we need to do now is do the pastry shop. So this is fairly straightforward. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to get some terracotta and just run it through here, like so. Then, what we're going to do is we are going to put in some tables. So imagine the chair's going to be here, like so. Actually, what are we going to use for the tables? We could use... let's see here. Oh, actually, we could use mud blocks. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not bad, not bad. So we'll do this. Like so. Is that gonna work? I tell you what, if we need to do more on it, we'll do it in a bit. We just want to get a general design of the store front. It's like building up layers, essentially. So we'll have some tables up here, like so. Yeah, that looks good. So we'll have a big space for people to kind of line up and order their food. Essentially, we'll have perhaps a food area over here. And over here, oh wow, we haven't actually put any lighting in here. 1 second, folks, 1 second. Let's see here. Putting some lighting like so. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, right, that's much better. Okay, so just put some trapdoors in here, in here, in here, and in here. So we've got this place a bit more fleshed out than usual. I think what I'll put in here is a kitchen of sorts. I'm thinking iron blocks, very kind of white-ish, smooth blocks going to be used in there. Maybe some kind of ventilation at the top, maybe going out the wall here. Again, we could go wild with this. I might have a bit of a tinker with it off camera, see what I can do. But yeah, I think we'll leave this one for later in the episode because it is quite a big room. So I don't want to be too laissez-faire with it, if that makes sense. So let's go over to the record shop. Now this is something I've been looking forward to. We get out our note blocks, like so. Now the original blocks I want to use is purple, and I think it's such a funky color. It kind of reminisces of those old record shops where they'd use the shop itself to kind of attract customers, usually younger audiences, to kind of see what's the hip thing of the day, because of course they didn't have iPods, they had records and vinyl and things like that. So on these shelves we can put like note blocks, jukeboxes, things of that nature, and of course on the tables itself we can actually put in some... where is it? Oh, where is it? Here we go. Some purple pillar. Now this is a block I actually haven't really played around with. It's very specific in mind, but I do try to use it when I need to, essentially. So we're going to put some item frames down here and get out our records. So just I actually was speechless for a second. Just a wild jamboree of music discs. I was actually trying to figure out the word to say there. Honestly, folks, my brain sometimes. So what else could we put down here? I'm thinking something along the lines of stripped crimson hyphen. Now this is a bit of a change in color, but I think it would work well. Again, we're like kind of figuring out the general vibe of each shop. First of all, with the layout, and second of all, with the style. So yeah. One second, let me just do that and that. Okay, right. Okay, first thing we're gonna do. Oh wow. Is put in some shelves beneath here, maybe a manager's desk. Okay, we're shaping along, and I just broke a hole in the wall, which I will promptly fix. How's that look? That looks pretty good. I think I might put some other things in here, perhaps cash registers for one. Actually, I do need to put that in there. What am I thinking? Okay, very nice. Maybe some artwork on the walls. Again, all of this is kind of in motion when it comes to building, so I always like to tinker around a bit, see what kind of design I can make. Now, actually, that is a painting which is so weird, it actually fits in to this build, at least I think. So yeah, I think we've gone pretty well so far. I'm thinking about what to do next. I think I might do the bathrooms next, and then the final shops, and then give it a little tour of the place. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So what I'm going to do, for those of you who've just tuned in, I'm going to finish off a few other stuff, things to do, and all that jazz. I'll finish off the pastry shop because I'm having a bit of a trouble figuring out a design for this one. Like maybe it's like a harvest themed store, something to do with bread, that kind of thing. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So without further ado, I'll see you after this brief intermission. And we are back from our brief intermission, folks. Now, before I show you anything at all, I just want to say, if you do like my stuff, if you like my content, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Doing so helps spread my channel amongst the blessed YouTube algorithm, and of course, it helps spread my content to amazing, just wonderful people. So we have officially, I would say officially, may need a few corners smoothened out here and there, but overall I would say this is the first floor of the mall essentially done. Now let me give you a quick tour. Obviously we've seen the pharmacy, nothing too different over there. This is the grocery store. I went with a overall texture palette rather than anything more practical, because I want to give it a sense that it's a grocery store, not like it's an actual grocery store. If I start playing into a more survival aesthetic, then it'll look a whole lot different than, let's say, if I was doing any of the interiors in other buildings. So there we go. If we go into the pastry shop, I went for a complete aesthetic change here. I replaced most of the blocks with hay. I thought this was a really good design choice because I hadn't used this block in a while. It's just a perfect theme of like the whole harvest and wheat and baking, that kind of thing. It seemed perfect to me. So I made a little stall over here. Some items on the board. We got some bread, some cookies, some pumpkin pie, and some cakes. And if we go in the kitchen, we have this wonderful baker, this huge furnace which they'll cook all their stuff, and of course bring it out to serve. So leaving the pastry shop, we go into the record shop, which is, I just love how this came out. It's so small, but I think it brings a lot in terms of detail. You can certainly tell what it is just by walking in it. If you go in the back of here, we have a few shelves and of course a little desk just to write down write-offs or if anything's damaged, usual manager stuff. is there anything else I need to show you? Yes, there is. I have added bathrooms, which is a long time coming, honestly. Imagine this place with no bathrooms. It would be absolute pandemonium. So yeah, I've added a somewhat industrial toilet design with smooth stone slabs and weighted pressure plates. Nothing too fancy, just something to, it needed to be added, so I went to town. Some smooth quartz blocks and cauldrons. The funny thing about making the mirrors is that because of the shelves in the pharmacy, it completely covers the general ice. So if I break this is the shelf. So it's fantastic for me. I mean, just so I don't break through the wall, I'll have to extend this wall by 1 block in order to do the mirror. So that is essentially number one, well, the first floor of the mall. I do know that there are a whole bunch of other floors. So if you guys want to make any suggestions about what other shops I could do, then please put them in the comment section below. It is greatly appreciated. This is something that I think will grow over time as we grow as a channel and as a community. So I can't wait to see what we do up here. But anyway, that has been our episode of constructing New Walden City. I want to say thank you for watching this episode. It just melts my heart having you come over to watch my stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. My name has been Dr. Wasabi. I wish you a most pleasant good evening. Of course, as always, God bless. And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.